Massive news for West Ham fans this afternoon, and Brazil fans, possibly Man City fans, but especially Lucas Paqueta fans, as FA have decided to charge him over the betting allegations. The investigation has been going on for 9 months now, and today the FA have released a statement which says West Ham United's Lucas Paqueta has been charged with misconduct in relation to the alleged breaches of FA rules E5 and F3. I'll explain what they are in just a second. Because on say the player has been charged with 4 breaches of FA Rule E5, which is in relation to games against Leicester City, Aston Villa, Leeds United, and Bournemouth. It's alleged that he directly sought to influence the progress, conduct, or any other aspect of or occurrence in these matches by intentionally seeking to receive a card from the referee for the improper purpose of affecting the betting market in order for one or more persons to profit from betting. It goes on to state that he's been charged with 2 breaches of FA Rule F3 in respect of alleged failures to comply to FA Rule F2. There's a lot of rules and E's and F's going on here, but I'll tell you what they are in just a second. It says that the player's got until the 3rd of June to provide a response to these charges, subject to any request for an extension to this deadline. Now, Paqueta has already responded via social media. Paqueta has said, "I'm extremely surprised and upset that the FA has decided to charge me. For 9 months, I have cooperated with every step of their investigation and provided all of the information I can. I deny the charges in entirety and will fight with every breath to clear my name. Due to the ongoing process, I will not be providing any further comment." So there you go. The FA have charged Lucas Paqueta. Not good news for Paqueta. Obviously, puts the immediate future is it's not great for his move to Manchester City that he was hoping to go through. The last week or so, there's been a lot of talk about Paqueta hoping to get that 70 million move to Etihad. But also, he's in the Brazil squad for Copa America. And if you remember 9 months ago when this initially got announced, Brazil dropped him. So he may find that his sort of Brazil future is up in the air once more. And there was a little bit of Lucas Paqueta's team sort of called out the FA via the press over the last few weeks, over the last month, really. And there was a little bit during the season, March time maybe, where it was a case of either charge Paqueta or go away, clear his name, basically, so he can get his move to Man City if he wants to. Well, the FA basically went, well, come on then, we're going to charge you. So that's what's happening now. In terms of the actual rule, so Rule E5, I've got them here for you. I went and had a little look, just why not? I want to know exactly what it says. So E5 is in relation to conduct, and it just says a participant shall not directly or indirectly offer, agree to give, agree to accept, or accept any gift or reward or consideration of any nature which is or could appear to be related in any way to influencing the outcome or conduct of a match. Now, we already know that. The other ones, which is perhaps a little bit more interesting, is the F rules. And it's just in regards to participating with the investigation. The FA have charged him for essentially not participating, which is different to what we've heard from Paqueta's side of things, which is that he's been cooperating fully, he's given up his phone. That'll be easy to prove one way or another. The FA will find it very easy to prove whether Paqueta has cooperated or not, and Paqueta's team will find it very easy to prove and say, well, actually, here's a load of evidence he has complied with the investigation. That isn't really going to impact Paqueta too much. The big thing is whether he's found guilty of the betting allegations, that E rule. Because I had a little look, just briefly, I was just checking to see if any footballer has been charged for what he's been charged for, whether someone's been found guilty of it. Because we've also got Tonali and Ivan Toney, but they're different. They've been banned for betting on football. The allegation isn't that Lucas Paqueta bet on football, it's that he was spot fixing. Now, there is an example of Boateng when he was at a English league club, a lower league club, I can't recall which one. And he actually got a lifetime ban. But not only did he get a lifetime ban, he actually ended up in jail. Now, he was match fixing at lower league English football level. So that's a very extreme example and not something that can be compared to Lucas Paqueta. On the other end of the scale, do you remember that goalkeeper in the cup who ate a pie on the bench? Do you remember that one? He's the other example. He got banned for 3 months and fined £400 or something, because essentially Paddy Power had that market that you could get, I don't know, it was like 5 to 1 or something for the keeper, because he was huge. He was a non-league goalkeeper. I want to say Stevenage. And if he was caught on telly eating a pie, it was 6 to 1. And also people bet on it. And the camera panned to him, and he was sat there on the bench tucking into this pie. And Paddy Power paid out. So he got found guilty of obviously accepting essentially a brand deal from Paddy Power to eat a pie while he's on the bench of the football game. So he got like a 3-month ban and a £400 fine. But I think you can see what that was. It was novelty betting, and he was on the bench eating a pie. It's not what Lucas Paqueta's done. He's been charged for getting booked in 4 games, 4 Premier League matches. And when you look at the footage of 1 or 2 of them, thank you to James, it was Wayne Shaw from Sutton. He was the goalkeeper that ate a pie on the bench. When you look at the footage of Lucas Paqueta's yellow cards, 1 or 2 of them don't look too clever, it has to be said. But you do wonder what the evidence is, because up until a month ago, it was almost like they didn't have evidence. I do feel like this has come as a result of Paqueta's team getting a little bit loud in trying to call the FA's bluff on this and say, come on then, charge us. And they turn around and say, fine, we will charge you. So this will now go to an independent hearing, an independent committee. They will look at the evidence from the FA. If there is anything, it could just be circumstantial, it could be circumstantial, which is, well, these people on Paqueta Island, just off the coast of Rio de Janiero, all bet on Paqueta and the other player from Spain to get booked in these games. They got booked in these games. The punters had a lot of money on it, opened up new accounts, put a lot of money. I think it was £5,000 per person on these players to get booked in these games, and they all got booked in these games. It could be a coincidence, but I'd imagine that might just be their evidence. Hopefully they haven't found anything in regards to Paqueta being aware of these bets, because if they had found that evidence, I'd imagine this would have been done a lot sooner, and these charges would have been brought forward during the season. And I think possibly they've just struggled to find anything, so they're just going to go to it with what they have, which is that bets were made on Paqueta and his player, and the other player get booked, and they were booked in it. And when you look at the footage, some of them don't look too clever. And I always joked during the season that when the allegations were going on, before the allegations came out, Paqueta was getting booked a hell of a lot. He was getting booked a lot. And then suddenly the allegations came out and he just stopped getting booked. And it was almost like, can you please get more yellow cards? Because it's looking even more strange from the outsider looking in. So maybe it's just they're going with circumstantial evidence and they're going to try and get him. But it'll be up to Paqueta's team to defend his case. Paqueta is very loud that he's innocent and he doesn't know about any of this and he's done nothing wrong. In terms of what could happen to Paqueta, the truth be told, I haven't a clue, right? I haven't a clue because I'm not a legal expert. Like I said, I was trying to find some similar cases that has happened in the past, and while I only spent 10, 15 minutes Googling, I wasn't able to find something like this. There's some cases and people have been banned for months, but it feels more serious than the Tonali and Ivan Toney one because, like I said, they bet on football, and a lot of the bets they weren't even involved in. It was in other games which they had no influence on whatsoever. But the charges lobbied at Paqueta is that on 4 occasions he picked up a booking on purpose, knowing that people were going to financially benefit off the back of it. Serious charges, and if found guilty, I'd imagine it will come with, and this is where I mean to use the word substantial, not circumstantial, it will come with a substantial punishment, which would be a huge ban and a significant payout. But in terms of actual not being able to play football, I wouldn't be surprised if it was greater than a year. It would not surprise me. I just hope for his sake he's innocent. I hope for West Ham's sake he's innocent, because we've stuck by him all season. Moyes has stuck by him. The club have stuck by him. I hope and assume. I'm sorry, Brian, I appreciate Tonali bet on Newcastle games he was involved in, but it was Newcastle to win. In a weird way, see it as too much of an issue. But if he's betting on Newcastle to lose in his games he was involved in, it's not great. And to be fair, that's the yellow card he got for walking off the pitch one game. Anyway, this is different. That Tonali was betting to earn himself a little bit. He was betting to earn himself money. This is criminal, really, which is that he was match fixing, well, not match fixing, he was spot fixing within a game of football, which he was involved in, and he was allowing people to financially benefit from that. It feels like a much more serious allegation. Like I said, I'm not a law expert. There might be somebody that is. I said, it's not the same. It's lesser, but it feels much bigger and meatier. And it gets me. I'm a little bit worried, but at the same time, part of me is quite calm in the sense that if there was anything concrete, I think the charges would have been done already. The case would have been tried already. And Paqueta's very loud. And I think that's somebody that's either innocent or saying a few silly things that are going to come back and bite him in the bum. But West Ham has stuck by him all season. Moyes have stuck by him all season. So has Sullivan and anybody else at the club. And I hope we've done our own investigations into this to find out whether we think he's innocent or guilty. Because ultimately it could get ugly in the sense that if he is found guilty and he's charged, the club may want to sue Lucas Paqueta themselves. I don't know. That's where it gets really, really ugly. But it certainly would be a severe punishment if he was found guilty of what the FA are charging him for. Like I said, the ones in regards to communication and complying with investigation, that's easy to prove one way or another. But ultimately it's down to that 4 incidents and whether he was involved in the bet. Not good for West Ham. Obviously, like I said, Man City transfer, you can imagine that one's been put on the back burner. The one thing is he's got a couple of weeks to appeal this, which you imagine he would. He's going to challenge this. I'll be surprised if he did it. It's just a case of when is this going to take place? Because obviously Paqueta's team, I imagine, will be pushing for it to be done ASAP, so that if he is found not guilty, he can then get his name cleared and he can get his move to Man City. But it does leave West Ham in a bit of a pickle here. And to some extent, it's we've got a bit of an advantage in comparison to the Tonali one at Newcastle, where they signed him for big money. Season got underway, transfer window shut, and then Tonali got banned. So there's not much they could do about it. At least West Ham have always been given a heads up ahead of the summer transfer window. That guy might just be a way to get banned. So you might want to start planning that you may not have Lucas Paqueta next season, one way or another, whether he goes to Man City or whether he gets banned. Not good for West Ham. I say I'm calm. I'm a bit nervous. The only thing I'm calm about is I think it's reading between the lines and everything that's going on in the last 9 months. It does feel a little bit like Paqueta's team's called out the FA and they've decided to charge him. But what makes me nervous is they've obviously got something. They've obviously feel that this is worth going forward with and charging him for. Bad times. I mean, it's just never straightforward at West Ham, is it? It's just absolutely never. So can we just have a normal day? Today we formally announced Lopetegui's manager. It should be exciting. It should be good news. I guess it is. And then, bam, we get this about Lucas Paqueta. Just one normal day at West Ham, please. Is that too much to ask for? This is going to go on and on. It's not the end of it, obviously. 2 weeks for Paqueta to respond to FA charges. But there you go. Lucas Paqueta charged by the FA over 4 bookings he picked up. And they're suggesting that he did it with the intention and knowledge that people were going to financially benefit back on Paqueta Island off the coast of Rio de Janiero. So serious allegations, but also a serious charge for Lucas Paqueta now, which he denies. And I just hope for his sake he's telling the truth. And I hope for West Ham's sake he's telling the truth. Otherwise, we're essentially going to lose for a large period of time, at least, you would imagine. We're essentially going to lose a player worth 70 million in the transfer market. It's not good. It is not good. Anyway, I'm going to disappear. However, tomorrow morning, Friday, I'll be live at 9 a.m. discussing. I was going to go live tonight discussing the Lopetegui appointment, but obviously put on the back burner. This is the big news now. So at 9 a.m. Friday, I'll be live getting your comments. So if you join me live, get involved in the live chat, and we'll see what you guys are saying in regards to the appointment of Julian Lopetegui. If you've enjoyed this video, please do drop a like on it, subscribe if you're new to Hammers Chat, and I'll catch up with you at 9 a.m. tomorrow.